images in the media affecting young people?
As you are most likely aware, American TV personality Kim Kardashian is more than comfortable to explicitly representing herself over social media.
As it was International Women's Day on the 8th of March, Kim has had a very current effect on teenage girls in today's society.
However, it's not just women who are affected by these issues. Men also feel the insecurities of muscles, weight and everything else that goes with it.
We will now be handing over to Paddy to look further into this issue.
Hi guys, welcome back to Paddy Investigates. Today we're looking at how images in the media affect young people in our society today. Let's go. So how do you think the images in the media affect you today?
I know it affects a lot of girls, for instance like eating disorders, anorexia, even overeating in some cases because they can't look like them, they just result to overeating or something like that. And young kids are prone to social media now, so they're seeing all these photos and all this material is making them want to be like that, and I just think it's really sad and quite negative.
More than 725,000 people in the UK are affected by eating disorders. Could this be the cause? This affects women greatly because only 11% of people that have eating disorders are male. So, how do you think these images in the media affect you?
I think these celebrity figures and models are a good thing because there's something to aspire to, and they can motivate people to be proud of their body and get a better body. And also, a lot of these models like to not be judged.
So how do you think images in the media affect young people today?
So in a good way, like for health or working out, like men's fitness, all that, for boys and girls, is good because you can look at techniques and tips on how to get a certain image of a body that you want, But then again, it is also bad because there are models who are really skinny, and they're portraying these models as goals, body goals, and it makes some girls really uncomfortable. So maybe some girls who are a little bit, have a bit of meat, doesn't matter, and it makes them really self-conscious, which is really bad, and it's not good for their self-esteem nor their confidence.
You talked a lot about how it affects women, but how do you think it affects young men?
So for young guys in general, it's, I don't know, for some boys, they just want to work out, they want to get that good body, but obviously when you see really fit guys like Zac Efron and Channing Tatum on social media, and girls praising these guys, as goals, I want him, blah blah blah. For me, obviously, I feel a little bit self-conscious about my body because this is what girls want to see, but not all girls. But it does make me nervous to think, maybe I should work up.
I'm sorry, but that's all we have time for. I'm Paddy, and I've been reporting at the Elstree UTC for BBC School Report. See you next time. Bye. Oh, back to the studio.
Thanks, Paddy. That was very interesting.
Speaking of teenagers, underage drinking is becoming a rising issue.
Indeed, with young people deliberately going out only to get drunk. Is this an issue that needs to be addressed?
We will now hand over to Adam and Drew.
Drinking affects most young people in the UK through education,
social class,
and health.
We interviewed the public eye to find out their opinion on underage drinking.
This is what we found. So, do you think the age of drinking should be lowered?
No. I believe that the age should stay the same, and I believe that it is 18.
Mm-hmm.
18 is the legal age, and I believe that it should stay like that.
I'm against underage drinking. I feel there are a number of issues involving with young people taking something that chemically imbalances your brain is just a negative thing to add to the added pressures of being a young adult.
So, what are your views on underage drinking?
Some of my views personally on underage drinking are it can help promote kind of social activity, especially for someone who's a bit more socially awkward, say they're a bit shy in front of normal people normally, and also it's a really good stress reliever for some people, I feel, even though people say it makes you more depressed and all this stuff. It can make you feel happier, and even if it's just for a certain amount of time, it's better than nothing, really.
See that when you see other people underage drinking, do you see it as quite a cool thing, or do you see it as something that it's not very nice?
Not really. It's neither really. It's just something that kind of happens, kind of doesn't. But like, if it does happen, sometimes it's a bit like people do stupid stuff, and it's like, what are you doing?
As we found out, no one can say 100% whether underage drinking is good or bad.
It's bad because it can affect the students' will to learn and their concentration within school, which will ultimately affect their GCSE level.
However, alcohol can make more anxious people feel more relaxed and socially comfortable. This is a debate that's been going on for a long time now.
We don't think it's coming to an end anytime soon. But
What do you think?
Thanks guys. For our next story, we'll be handling a very sensitive issue.
With depression on the rise in both teens and adults, we asked what is the most effective way of dealing with this?
So, is it pills or people?
The number of under 16s being handed antidepressant medication has gone up by 50% in the past 7 years.
But with fears of suicidal thoughts and reliance on the tablets, are we really doing what's best for our young people in need?
We spoke to a pharmaceutical worker to find out more.
Okay. So do you think that extra care should be given to young people before antidepressants are handed out?
Yes, definitely. I think a lot of young people, they're already nervous about actually taking the medication in the first place, so they definitely need reassuring when they're taking the medication as well.
A young person did say that after they were prescribed antidepressants, they said that they started to have suicidal thoughts, and they'd never had that before. So do you think it's still safe to hand these medications out?
No, I think it's an individual case, but I think it's definitely important if there are concerns that they may be experiencing suicidal thoughts, it should be dealt with early on, so not to just give the medication out, but to actually refer to the doctor, speak to the doctor regarding it, and seeing if there's any potential for the actual patient to have that experience of suicidal effects and maybe alter the medication.
We then spoke to a woman who took antidepressants for a short period of time.
Okay, so how did it feel taking the medication?
I was first prescribed antidepressants by my doctor. I had gone to see them because I'd been so tired all the time, and I broke down and started crying. The doctor never mentioned depression. She just said, okay, we can try two things. We can try a talking therapy, or I can give you some pills. And when I asked, what do you think, which is better, she said the pills work faster. So I took the pills.
Antidepressants are described when there is a lack of serotonin in the brain, which is a neurotransmitter.
They're attached to receptors and fill the gap in synapses to make people feel happier.
But at what cost? With confusion over the issue, this isn't going to be ending anytime soon.
I've been Layla.
And I've been Adam.
From the BBC School Report.
Thank you, Adam and Layla.
And now, a story most teens can relate to.
We want to know, what is the purpose of education?
We're heading over to Elstree UTC to our correspondent.
It's Paddy Investigates.
Oh, hi there guys. Today I'm reporting with the BBC School Report from the Elstree UTC about the purpose of education. But what really is the purpose of education? So, what's your opinion on the education system?
I think that our society today wholly depends on education, and I think that all education is useful because me, personally, going through GCSEs, I have a wide variety of options that I can then use in later life.
So what do you think about our education system today?
My views on the purpose of education is that we learn a lot of pointless stuff that we're never really going to use in our everyday life, and that puts a ton of stress on kids like us, and we don't really need that stress.
So, sir, what do you think the purpose of education really is?
So, the purpose of education is really to find out who you are and how you relate to the rest of the world and how you make a contribution to this unknown future that you're going to walk into and live. So it's the essential knowledge. We stand on the shoulders of giants, so it's all the knowledge that's gone before us, it's all the thinking that's been done before that we can put together, and then through social relationships and learning how to relate to each other, we can make an impact on the world, hopefully make it a better place and invest our goodwill in doing something positive for the world around us. And it's also about, as well as all that inspiration and curiosity, it's also about life chances, and it's also about making sure that you've got the experience socially and also the intellectual knowledge necessary and also the technical skills necessary to, get the grades, get the job, do the thing that you want to do. One educationalist I really like said, he wrote a book called The Element, and he said, when what you love and what you're good at become the same thing, then you're in your element. So it's about finding what you love, learning how to be good at that, and then using that to make an impact on the world so that you're satisfied and fulfilled.
I'm sorry, but that's all we have time for. I'm Paddy Lish on Paddy Investigates, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.
I'm sorry, but that's all we've got time for. I'm Alfie.
And I'm Millie.
And we're signing off for BBC School Report.
From Elstree TC.
Thanks for watching.
Goodbye.